Hello children, welcome to school. I hope you enjoyed a nice vacation without your parents nagging you too much. If they did, then you can empathize with Amanda. Yes, our next lesson is Amanda, a poet by Robert Klein. In front of you, you see a picture. What do you see? A mother scolding her child for probably not doing her beds or biting her nails or not doing her homework. And what is Amanda's reaction? She's angry, she's upset, she doesn't care. So this is what the poem is about. I hope you enjoy it. This poem has been written by the poet Robert Klein, who was born in February 1942. He is an American stand-up comedian, a singer, and an actor. His forte is comedy, and in this poem also you have that in abundance. So let's see what this poem is all about. But before we start, let's ponder upon a few points that are very relevant. Do we find our parents nagging all the time? Or do we feel that they nag all the time? Do you feel that you do not have the freedom to do as you please? And therefore you are daydreaming about an alternate life? Think again. Are your parents wrong in asking you to do things which are correct? Don't they have a right to guide their children? Should children be given complete freedom in whatever they wish to do? Let's just think on these points before we move on to the next. Let's start with the first stanza. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. There is a languid emerald sea, where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid, drifting blissfully. Look at mother's tone. Don't bite your nails. Don't hunch your shoulders. Stop that slouching and sit up straight. She's angrily rebuking her child, telling her what to do without explaining why she should do it. Amanda, a young girl, does not like it. So what is the alternate life she thinks of for herself? She thinks she's a mermaid, drifting happily, peacefully in a lazy green sea. Which means that Amanda wants peace, Amanda wants silence, Amanda wants quiet. Whereas her mother, she does not give her the peace that she wants. In this slide, the points have been written down. Go through it to understand and get a deeper meaning of the previous stanza that we just understood. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. I am an orphan roaming the street. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. See the contrast again. Amanda's mother asks very brusquely whether she has finished her homework, whether she has tidied her room. She is reminded that she is supposed to clean her shoes, while Amanda thinks of herself, or rather wishes that she were an orphan roaming the streets, patterning the soft dust with her bare feet, and where the silence is golden and the freedom is sweet. Imagine a child thinking of herself being an orphan. How many of us would want to do that? None, probably. But she does. And the reason being, she wants her freedom. She wants to be free to move around, to do what she wants, to play in the dust and the dirt and enjoy the silence. She does not want to be constantly told to do something. Here again, I give you a minute to understand by reading the explanation of the previous stanza. Don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you, Amanda? I am Rapunzel. I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. I'll certainly never let down my bright hair. Look, look at Amanda. Her mother is telling her not to eat chocolates and to remember that she gets acne when eats chocolates. She angrily rebukes her and tells her to look at her mother when she is talking. But Amanda, what does she do? She dreams of herself as Rapunzel. Who was Rapunzel? She was a girl in a fairy tale by Brothers Grimm who had been captured and kept in a tower all by herself. She had no company, nobody came to meet her until one day a prince came and climbed up her beautiful golden plat, met her, fell in love with her, and the story goes on like that. However, Rap- Rapunzel let down her hair for the prince to come up. But Amanda, she does not wish to do that. She would rather enjoy the tranquility and the peace of living by herself in the tower. She does not want any interference. I give you a minute to read through this slide so that you understand and consolidate.
Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You're always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. Poor Amanda. If she wants to sit quietly, not listen to her mother, she is scolded. She is told that she is sulking and she behaves in a moody manner. She is told that her behavior makes everyone think that her mother nagged her. Let's stop to think. Was she right? Did she really nag her? Is there some other way that a mother can tell the child to do some work? These are points to ponder on.
In this slide, I have written down again the points just to help you to understand and consolidate what I have just explained. Go through it. Now that we have understood the meaning of the poem, let's try to understand what makes it a poem. A poet generally uses literary devices, which are also called poetic devices. It infuses the poetic flavor in the poem. So the first one, anaphora. What do we understand by anaphora? It is the repeated use of a word at the start of two or more lines. For example, when the mother says, don't bite, don't hunch, that is anaphora. What is assonance? It is the use of a vowel sound. In this case, an example could be don't your shoulders. The third, consonants, that is the use of a consonant sound closely packed in a sentence. For example, I am Rapunzel. I have not a care with bright hair. So the r sound is being repeated. Rhyme scheme. To find out the rhyme scheme of a poem, we take each stanza and assign the alphabets A, B, C, D to each line according to the way they rhyme. The last word rhymes with the previous word. So, in the first stanza, we have A, C, C, C. Why? Because the first and the second line are rhyming, therefore it is AA. Straight is a separate word, so it is B. Again, the fourth word in the fourth line is Amanda, so it rhymes with A. And the last three words, see me blissfully, are all ending with the same sound, so they are assigned the alphabet C. Next, we have metaphor. Metaphor means comparison, indirect comparison. Throughout the poem, there have been metaphors used. For example, the sea has been called emerald. Emerald is a semi precious green stone, and therefore the color of the sea has been shown as green. Or, silence is golden, indirectly meaning that silence is as precious as gold. Or, freedom is sweet, which means freedom has a very sweet flavor. It is not bitter. We then have repetition, when a word is repeated in the stanza. Here, the common word is Amanda. Imagery. Imagery means creating an image through the use of words. For example, drifting blissfully. Automatically, we understand that the poet is moving happily, blissfully, gradually. Alliteration means the repetition of a sound at the beginning of words closely packed in a sentence. For example, take the sentence, stop that slouching and sit up straight. The sir sound is being repeated. Finally, we have allusion. Allusion comes from the word allude. It means when we allude or refer to some other creature through the poem or the sentence. Here we are referring to the mermaid or to Rapunzel, a fairy tale character, to convey our meaning. So these are the literary devices which help to make these lines into a poem.
Now, here are some questions to test your understanding. Please go through them, answer them, and do write the answers in your notebook. Thank you for listening. Hope you have understood.